Hello and Yeshua bless. As I've been watching YouTube the last few days, it seems to me that everyone thinks they're on the narrow road. And I've just got a thought about that. If it's the narrow road, how is it that everyone else is on it? I mean, if we agree with everyone and what we believe is what everyone else is believing, how do we think that's the narrow road? I mean, are we rich young rulers? Or are we acting like the rich young rulers? I mean, he was good. He had obeyed all the commands. But when it came down to it, he wasn't willing to give up his riches. I mean, is that how we are? Are we willing to give 80% to God, or 70%, or 90%? But we got to keep that 5 or 10 or 2 or 1. It doesn't matter. If we are his, our lives are not our own. We don't keep any. And I'm not saying we're going to be perfect. He's not a hard taskmaster. But he doesn't want us ensnared in this world. We are not of this world. We're all at different points in our walk, different points along the path. So I'm not saying we all have to have it all done. And we never get to the point, or I think, where we have it all together. But he is faithful. He does discipline those he loves. And he will complete the work he started in us if we keep walking on the path. But we need to remember, everything's going to go through the fire. Everyone is going to go through the fire. And only what is of the Spirit is going to make it through. It's better that we go through the fire now and let him burn the flesh off. Serve him 100% and carry our crosses daily. I mean, yesterday I was real weary, tired, burned out. I mean, the trials that he's put me through in my life up to this point have prepared me to a degree for what I'm facing. But I mean, it's still tough. It's still hard how cold the world can be, and how unexpectedly cold the people who claim to be Christians can be. I mean, I've been called a Pharisee because I dared say he will overcome sin for us. Called a heretic. I mean, Pharisee, really? Were the Pharisees preaching giving everything to God? Were they preaching living for him 100%? That's not my take of the Pharisees. My take of the Pharisees were they were wanting to be known as religious, wanting everyone to notice how good they were. But their hearts weren't that way. Their hearts were not circumcised. Their mouths were, but their hearts weren't. I mean, they were the ones who were into the letter of the law, not the selling out to God. Is living for Jesus and obeying him fully, or being willing to obey him fully? Is that works-based salvation to you? I don't understand that. I guess I used to understand that, and I used to think that way. But I want to serve him 100% all the way. I can't do it by myself. I cannot do it on my own. I fail. But he holds me up. And he lifts me up when I need it. I mean, I'm strong when I'm weak. I was thinking I mean, if Peter or Paul or Luke or the prophets, if they had a YouTube page, how many views do you think they'd be getting? How many thumbs up do you think they'd get on their videos? I mean, you'd all like to think, or we'd all like to think that we'd give them a thumbs up. We would be in tune with what the prophets were saying, wouldn't we? I mean, we'd love those videos on grace and on heaven and on how our land was going to be healed. We'd love that. But when they started explaining that grace wasn't given as an opportunity to sin, but as an undeserved freeing from the bondage of it, I don't think that video is going to get a whole lot of views or a whole lot of thumbs up. I mean, I'm thinking they're going to get some thumbs down and a lot of unsubscriptions. I mean, the fact that they wouldn't be eloquent speakers, I really doubt they'd be eloquent speakers. And they'd probably be wearing some bruises from the last beating they took from being obedient to God and preaching His Word. I mean, just the fact that they looked like that and they spoke like that would put them into the 30 to 50 view range right off the bat. They wouldn't be the rock stars for Jesus that I see all over YouTube. Are you a rock star for Jesus? Does everyone agree with what you say? Are you making videos that are just getting thousands of views and getting tons of thumbs up, and everybody wants to be your YouTube buddy? I mean, they love it when you comment, and they love your flattery, and you're such the eloquent speakers here on YouTube. And man, I'm not criticizing somebody just for being an eloquent speaker, but I did see one of the rock stars for Jesus the other day here on YouTube say, "Man, I really like how eloquently you delivered that. That is of the Spirit." Man, I'm not thinking that Jesus was. His message wasn't about him, about how great he looked and how great he sounded. It was because it was from the Spirit. I mean, face it. If the apostles were on YouTube today and the prophets were on YouTube today, they'd be outcasts. They wouldn't be getting a whole lot of love. I mean, I hear the term Christians are the new Jews, and man, I hate to sound negative, but yeah, but not because they're being persecuted, but because they want to be religious. I just don't see a whole lot of people really wanting to sell out for God all the way. And anybody that dares say that they can, or that we should, is a Pharisee, or a hypocrite, or they're not well received. They're not getting a whole lot of love. I mean, the truth hurts, and that's why most don't want to face it. But it is exactly that, the truth, that will set us free. Facing truth and being willing to accept truth is such a huge key to serving God and to hearing what His Spirit has to say. And it is also so hard to really face truth. We're so easily deceived, and we deceive ourselves more than anything. Really facing truth is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And I'm not saying that I have it all and that I've arrived and that I know all truth, because I definitely don't. I catch myself in mistakes every single day. Something that I misinterpreted or something the Lord had to show me I was wrong on. But I'm willing to face it. And I want to face it, because I don't want to be fooled by this world and deceived by this world. I don't live for this world. I'm just visiting here. And I just want to do the best for Him that I can while I'm here.